Hey everyone, it's J13KY3X, aka White Talks, and today I'm just gonna be ranting about something, right? So this war that we're in, I was really thinking about it. I was talking to one of my boys yesterday, right? And I was really thinking about how we should go about facing this, right? Because we're all facing this together, right? Nobody is alone. There's no there's the individual exists, but we are all collectively not fucking with this idea, right? Okay, if it um and this is assuming you are pro peace, not against the war, right? We're not against the war. We're just trying to be peaceful. Okay, and what does that necessarily mean for us, right? Well, for me, right, I am in a position where I can't do much about what the fuck is happening, right? So what I am focused on is focused on being there for the people that are around me, right? We obviously know we're going to go through a hard time. No, not that we're speaking into existence or anything. It's just recognizing patterns. It's being aware of what's happening in our world and seeing, hey, yeah, this is so this and this is happening. So, in order for me to be good, in order for me to prosper, I need to do X, Y, and Z. And what is that X, Y, and Z? It's worrying about yourself and your community, right? The people around you. It's about being sympathetic to other people, right? We're all about to go through, you know, a I want to say a famine, but I'm not really too sure. The best way I can describe it is that we are all going to go through just a hard time, right? But this hard time doesn't have to be hard, right? If we all just stick together as a community, not not begging off each other, no, not trying to steal off each other, not oh man, he got this, and this, man, I'm gonna take this because he good. Like nah, bro, like this is the point of this doesn't have to affect us negatively, right? But it can if we let it. But we shouldn't because we don't want this war to happen. I don't want this war to happen. I can't even tell you why we're having this war. Everything is so fucking confusing nowadays. There's always some bogus fucking reason, and then the reason makes no fucking sense, and then you start digging, and then that reason starts to make sense as an excuse for another reason, and then it just keeps paddling and paddling and paddling back. You know, we think the people that are in charge are in charge. How the fuck do we know? How do we know they're not being played like some hoes, nigga? How do we know? How do we know? I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't fucking know. And lack of evidence isn't lack of evidence. It just shows that there is no actual proof of what the fuck I'm saying. Okay, but in all seriousness, right? I don't think we should look at this as oh man, we're in another war. Let's support the war just because. We're gonna be sending kids, people, out to fight this war. And I'm not gonna fuck with you. Like I'm not even gonna play with you. Man, they're gonna come back and ain't nobody gonna care. Give a fuck about what you did, shorty. Nah, you went over there, you got all that PTSD, all that trauma for no fucking reason. Cause everybody here is going to be fucking grateful for it. Just believe me, dog. It's like, come on, look at all the veterans that are out in the streets right now. You tell me who help. You tell me who's helping them, nigga. You tell me who's helping them, bro. Nah, nah. This shit ain't good, And I'm not trying to be here and be all like anti Well, what the fuck is the word? Like, I'm going against the own government. I don't know. This shit fucking stupid shit. You feel me? You got different words for different shit to describe different shit. Whole time it's the same word. You're like it's treason, but who's the one causing the treason? Because if you got the people acting like they don't want to fucking go to the war and fight for you, well, what the fuck does that mean? It means nobody fucks with you. Nobody fucks with you. Now you're gonna have to take people off the goddamn streets to go fight in this stupid fucking war that nobody wanted to be a part of. But it's so crazy that people find a fucking motive to go do these wars. It's like you need a war nowadays because war is profitable. And because war is so profitable, of course they're going to take full fucking advantage of any situation to go to war. Especially how the United States is right now, right? With it being an empire. These niggas need to actively show that they're still the fucking top best bitch ass niggas. You feel me? And ain't nobody fucking with that. Because bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, like man, you're gonna cause way more problems for the rest of us, nigga. Like really. Like we not out here fucking playing with each other's balls like that, bro. Like, you know, we're out here trying to just live our lives, nigga, and make a living, bro. And do what we were put in this earth to do, you know? But y'all motherfuckers are abstracting that shit because y'all want to put us in situations that aren't going to make us grow. Oh, no, I guess this would make us grow. But it's all for the wrong reason. You feel me? Yeah, the person's going to grow to be strong, nigga. Shit, you already know that, bro. People through eras like these, historically, man, they either break or they fucking make it, nigga. So which one do you want to be? You feel me? But we can make it easier for everybody if we all just realize that we are not separated during times like this. We are actually all together. And it's not only when war is happening. No. Do not get that misinterpreted, bro. We are always together. We are a force of nature, bro. And beyond all that spiritual shit, right? We are all connected somehow. Why? We all come from the same thing. We're all made of the same vibrating wavelength. We're all just fucking frequency. We all have three-dimensional bodies and a fourth-dimensional consciousness. Like, we are all a part of the same thing. We are all just trying to have a good fucking time, live and do what we gotta do, and then pass on and move up in the cycle. Because I bet you we're gonna go through that next phase of life and it's gonna be the same shit. We're gonna have to experience some hardship and then go back to it, you know? While we're in the topic of hardship, suffering, you know, in the spiritual community, suffering is viewed as a sign of growth, right? But you don't need suffering to grow. That is just a belief, you know. Obviously, suffering happens in our lives because it is dualistic to joy, right? So we experience suffering to the extent that we can enjoy peace, right? Because, not even because. And because of that, that means we're all going to have to suffer a little bit. But that doesn't make the suffering valid or invalid. It just makes it an obstacle to overcome, right? So now what I want to say to you is, how do you want to react? What do you want to do? You know, with all of the news coming out, with us attacking, Israel and shit, like, what do you really want to do? Israel, Iraq, whatever the fuck we're doing, you know, whatever. How do you want to react? Do you want to just sit there blindly? Do you want to take ownership of your life? Do what you need to do, but make the conscious effort and the decision to think about it before you act on anything impulsively. You know, very important. I'm saying this a lot, but it's very important that everybody realizes that we are all individuals that are unified, right? We all have our individual will. We all have our ideas, our motives. We all have our own morals, and we all think differently. That doesn't separate us. That actually makes us a whole more connected because of the possibilities of sharing these ideas, getting to understand each other better. The better we understand each other and ourselves, the closer we would be to not just the universe and God, but to the world itself. And we could actually make change that is long lasting. You know, people say peace is impossible, but the impossible is just a phase. You know, everything that is impossible is technically possible, because everything is just, if you understand the world, you understand that everything goes through cycles and changes and seasons, right? Just because something is impossible doesn't necessarily mean it can't be done. You know, people will tell you something is impossible to discourage you from pursuing it, and that's what makes it impossible. The fact that we are so auto-suggested, to other people's ideas. But being firm and having this knowledge of how we are all connected and how everything is in cycles, you can understand how something that is impossible can come to be possible. Okay? So all that bullshit about peace not being possible, show me why it can't be possible. Oh, because of this and this and this and this and this, we're fighting a war right now. How is that peaceful? Yeah, because that's not decisions made by everybody. That was a decision made by a group of people in the fucking room that's trying to decide what the fuck they're gonna do. And speak for all of us. They don't speak for me, nigga. They don't speak for me, nigga. These goofy ass niggas don't speak for me, bro. They don't know me, dog. They don't know my beliefs, nigga. And they sure as hell don't know yours. I promise you they don't even know theirs. So, just an idea out there for everybody, And this is for everybody. Everybody in the world, bro. Man, shouts out to Mexico. I hope y'all niggas safe, bro. I heard some shit. And y'all sounded crazy, folks. Man, if y'all really doing that, I'm not even gonna say shit. No, folks, some niggas be crazy. Doing shit for money, nigga. Man, y'all sick. Like, actually sick. But again, everybody, obviously, I'm not just going to be the only one spreading around a message like this, but pay attention to what makes you the most secure. Not just because we're hiding, but because we're actually doing the hard work now. Okay, being able to talk like this, being able to share your opinion, that is you doing the hard work. Because in this world, people need honesty, and we're in a world filled with delusions and fucking lies. Right? That is not, and I don't think I sound crazy saying any of this shit, because a lot of these things are in your fucking face, bro. You start doing a little bit of research into anything going on, and you start to see the world for how it actually is. It is very corrupt, it is very fucking greedy, and it is filled with people who are obsessed with power and maintaining power. People who are more afraid of losing and becoming mediocre than letting things fall and regrow as they should because of their own selfishness. Think about that for a minute. We're in these situations, because we put ourselves there, and because the influence of the world collectively has put us there. We are all a fucking hive, right? If we all start thinking about peace and moving towards peace, we will achieve peace. But there being people in this world who don't understand how things should be in the world, not by will or force, but by nature and its own way of dealing with things, that we have like separated ourselves from. This is gonna sound really not cringe, but if we separate ourselves from God, then what are we, right? And I'm not talking God as in like Christianity. You think about whatever the fuck, right? But it's funny that the minute we start to like shift from realizing that there's something more above us and starting to think that we are that, because there's a difference. You get me? We are God because He is in us and we are in His heart, and we are Him and He's in us. But we are not the God. You feel me? We are a God. We obtain power and knowledge through the source, which is the Almighty. And then this, trying to be something, you don't gotta be anything because you already are. So you forcing yourself to be something is you going against your nature. Hopefully that made sense. That's like very fucking esoteric type-ish. Like it's very fucking layered. But just stop to think a little bit. How do you want to react? Don't take anything I said in this video. Just how do you want to go about it? If they drop bombs tomorrow by where you are and you're heavily affected, how do you want to respond to that? Or do you want to be someone who's so fucking afraid that they start robbing other people and just being a fucking dick, or like you want to just like help everybody out? Not just because, obviously you need to help yourself out first. But, do you want to be someone who helps guide everybody into the right direction, or someone that just causes more chaos and destruction within your own circle? Just think about it. But again, everybody stay safe. I love everybody. You should all strive to be who you want to be, but let it happen naturally. Bro. All right, y'all. See ya.